I woke up this morning knowing just one thing. It was time for me to get off the fence and stop living in the land of maybe and start owning my powerful yes and no. So, with that, without even having the conversation I would always have with my wife before making this type of decision, I got online and I made a commitment. I spent $3,000. I was shaking as I went through this process, as I was making a decision to invest in myself and change the way that I have ever behaved. And I was terrified. I'm still terrified. But I realized something, that fear that has controlled me my entire life, that has stopped me from making the decisions that I know are going to change my life. I can't let it, I can't allow it anymore. I've been feeling this calling inside me for, I can say, almost 25 years. I felt uncommon for my entire life. I've always felt separated, weird, isolated, different. And I always thought it was because I wasn't good enough. I wasn't worthy. And in the last couple of years, as my life has collided with all of the lies and stories that I told myself because I believed I wasn't worthy, the shattered frame of my existence allowed me to finally stop telling myself the story that I wasn't meant to be something more. I had buried my head so deep in the sand so long ago that I wasn't able to hear God's calling clearly. I wasn't able to hear his voice. I wasn't able to feel his touch. It was there the whole time, but I was hiding from it. I wouldn't allow myself to believe that it was something real. So as I started to step into this knowing, this understanding that there's something more for me, God asked me to put my money where my mouth is. First, he asked me to make a small investment in myself. And I'm sure people are going to tell me that I'm just being scammed and God isn't part of this equation. But if you've ever felt God move in your heart, you know there's a difference. So I had to make that small investment and show up and take the first step. And then God revealed a path for me that, although scary, was definite. It's time to move forward. It's time to start acting like a leader. It's time to start living the life that you deserve, that your family deserves, so you can be the man that can lead a movement. And I'm sure many of you will ask yourself, who the fuck am I to lead anybody? And I know that every time I was broken, every time that I was pushed to the limit, every time I was emotionally abused and isolated and treated like I was something that wasn't meant to be on this earth with everybody else, I was being shaped. I was being shaped as a vessel so I could be used for transformations on this earth through God's dominion. And that feels wild to say to me because I had been so distant from God for so long, but the call was always there. The pull was always there. When I was told I should be a pastor, the pull was there. When I was told that I was meant to speak power into people's hearts, the pull was there. When I was told that I am meant to talk to thousands of people, the pull was there. And now I'm making the commitment to be made whole enough for the people that I'm trying to speak to and provide this gift of transformation to be able to hear me. But it first took my commitment. So, in this space where I made this financial commitment, this huge amount, like this is more than I've ever made in my own business, which has not been going that long, but it's finally starting to gain some traction. I was asked to basically put forth everything I've made and put it on the line. And I felt kind of safe because I just gained another client. I was making more than I'd ever made from something I created, something that I offered, something from me. And I was feeling okay with it. Then in the middle of my my boot camp I'm in today, we go on lunch and I get a text that this new client that I've gotten before we even start our first session wants a refund. And initially I was crushed. I was so disappointed because I've leveled up in the last 3 days. I've learned so much and I was so excited to take it to all my clients and to start serving them so much better. And this person hadn't even had any interaction with the old Bruce. So I was like, you're getting A1 from the start. And she asked for a refund. She hasn't told me why yet, and it doesn't matter. What I realize now is that I wasn't willing to talk to just my audience. She's not a parent. I'm called to serve ADHD parents. I mean, I can stretch it to neurodivergent parents. I feel pretty comfortable with that, but she doesn't have any kids. She's not married. She doesn't know the struggle and the pain that I've been through. I'm sure I can help her to some degree. I have no doubt of that. But right now, this is about a calling. And God is testing me to see if I really am committed to that calling. Whenever that money that I was counting on gets taken away and this big price tag is sitting in front of me, am I committed to the calling? And I am. The money is scary. Using a credit card debt to leverage something that may or may not work out is terrifying. But I believe this is God's will for me. And I'm committed to doing what I must until I get freedom for myself and for the people who I'm being called to serve. I can't wait anymore. I cannot be a watered down version of what I'm supposed to be on this earth anymore. I have to listen and answer the calling. And so I've committed to doing everything I must to become a weapon of God, to be able to deliver the message efficiently and compellingly so people want to come along with me and they want this gift of transformation. They want to find balance, being, body, and business, all four in a way that they've never felt before. I want that too. I've on many levels, I feel so much joy in my life, but none of them have ever all hit at the same time. And that's what I'm chasing. That's why I'm doing this business for myself. But for God, I've been told that I'm supposed to serve more. There are people who only I can speak to who are waiting for me in the pits of their pain, waiting for me to reach out to them and speak to what they're going through and say, I know how to get out. Let me please help you out. And I couldn't speak to them until I accepted who I am and what I'm meant to be. This money today is nothing. Paying this money right now, losing this client right now is nothing if I am able to get there and serve those people and change their lives and create true lasting change and leave a legacy of something powerful. And fuck that money. I don't care. My wife will probably disagree, but she'll come along with me. When she sees the commitment that I have, when she understands that I am being called, who is she to refuse it? Who am I to refuse it? Because if not me, then who? And if not now, then when? There is no more time to waste. If you have any idea what I'm talking about, just throw any kind of comment in the comment section and just say, I feel you. Throw me a fire in the chat. 100. Give me something. I know there's got to be somebody else out there who was feeling this calling to be more. I know that there are other ADHD parents who are sleepwalking through their fucking lives and are ready to feel alive again. Come along with me in this movement to have it all and to be more and to no longer say ADHD is the reason why I can't be more. It's a poor fucking excuse, and it's time to stop making excuses and start taking action. I'll talk to you tomorrow. If I can stop this thing.